Hi, my name is Francis Wade over here at Two Time Labs. And at the ICD conference in Chicago, I'll be presenting a session and a workshop called Baby Steps, Radically Reducing Your Client's Time Clutter. The 101 session will be presented on Saturday morning during the conference, and the 201 workshop will be an all-day session presented the day after the conference. It's an optional workshop. And if you attend, what you can expect to walk away with is a dramatic improvement in the way that you work with your clients who have issues or problems or challenges with time management. As a professional organizer, I can imagine that, or maybe you could be a coach or a consultant, I can imagine that you work with clients who want to implement all that you've told them, but have a problem in finding the time to do so, or they have other time management issues that they don't know how to address. And that as a professional, you wanted an approach to work with them that is profound and makes a deep difference. And perhaps you've had the challenge that you've been left with one of two options, which most consultants in time management sort of struggle with. On the one hand, you may only have a group or a bunch of techniques, tips, and tools that come from your professional experience and you offer to your clients whenever you can. On the other hand, you may have developed a somewhat rigid or static approach that you've taken from a program or a book, sort of a prescription that says follow this, follow that, follow this, follow that. And the problem is that neither of these two approaches really work. One reason is that they don't fit the circumstances of the client. They're not flexible. The second is that they're difficult to implement. And most clients fail when they try to make changes to their time management systems because they can't implement all that we've given them. They end up feeling a bit guilty at the end of it because they fail. They think that there's something wrong with them. Well, the good news is that there's nothing wrong with them. Or research has shown that what's really needed is a flexible approach. So instead of throwing too much at them, what I'll be teaching you to do during the workshop is to take 4 steps. The first is to sit down with your client and evaluate where they currently are in terms of their current setup, their current system, their current habits and practices. An in-depth evaluation. Second step is to figure out where they want to be in the future. What level of mastery do they need to accomplish in order to reach their goals? What new practices and habits do they need to put in place to handle the volume of work that they need to manage? The third step is to come up with a foolproof plan to close the gap. One that's made up of baby steps along the way, one that makes sense to them and appears to them as if they can't fail because by taking baby steps they were making steady progress. And then the fourth part of the system is the support that they need to close that gap over time. They know, I know, and you probably know that it's impossible or very difficult to make instant changes to anyone's time management system. Instead, it takes time, it takes effort, it could take months, it could take years. And the support system that may include you as a coach, other aspects of support that you might put into their system are what are needed for them to be successful over time, making sure that they complete the baby steps and accomplish their goal. We've worked with hundreds of clients over the years and we've found that the old ways sometimes work, but they rarely work. Instead, for the past 7 years, we've been working on a new approach, a better way. And we've looked to invent a way or craft a way that fails less often, but also incorporates some of the newer techniques in learning and development that exist, such as competency evaluation, gamification, and of course, habit support and habit change technologies. And during the workshop, the 201 workshop on Sunday, we'll be introducing you to the 8 phases of time clutter consulting. You'll start off doing your own in-depth evaluation of your own skills against the 8 phases. You'll craft an improvement plan for yourself. And throughout the day, you'll do a number of role plays that are intended to improve your skills in fulfilling and accomplishing the 8 phases of time clutter consulting. At the end of the day, you'll walk away also with your very own time clutter consulting kit. It consists of forms, evaluations, online resources, and definitions and distinctions that you'll need and that you can use immediately with clients that you're already working with. So all I have left is perhaps a little bit of bad news, which is that space is limited. So take a moment to click on the button below and you'll be taken to a registration page. And you'll gain immediate access to our pre-conference virtual classroom. We're already discussing and working with some of the concepts that will be presented in Chicago. And we're also looking at the Wilma simulation that you may have heard about. So take a moment, register, and I hope to see you in the classroom. All the best.